Hey, Functional Medicine Fast Track community. Great to see you guys. My name is Gary Foster. I'm the founder of Functional Medicine Fast Track, and I wanted to just come to you quickly today and go through a few 2020 impacts that I think will make a massive difference for you. If you're pursuing functional medicine already or you're thinking about it, you're on the fence, it doesn't matter. I think there is certain challenges that we're seeing in functional medicine that if you don't get right, it just becomes very, very difficult. It literally can suck the life out of you. And we asked a question in our participant group in our program the other day, is what made you decide to actually make the decision to join Functional Medicine Fast Track program and pursue your goals? And these practitioners that we support are very committed, very decisive. And their immediate answer was because you've simplified it down. And that is just, it's such a massive few words there, because functional medicine is absolutely awesome, but there's so few functional medicine practitioners that get it right. And when I say get it right, it's about keeping the balance of creating that impact for our patients and our community, making sure that your lifestyle is something that is giving you energy back, not sucking the life out of you, and then make sure that you're happy with the income that you're getting, and ideally there's no ceiling on your income. So when you have that balance, that is what we define as you getting it right. You've got that impact with your patients, your lifestyle is the way you want it to be, and we certainly believe functional medicine is that medicine that can design your life exactly the way you want it to be. And then the big thing that tends to trap us as health professionals is trading time for money, whereas functional medicine has that ability, when you get it right, to not have a ceiling at all. So this answer that we heard was the simplification and bringing systems into place is so fundamental to getting things right. Time and time again, we see one of the biggest problems with functional medicine practitioners being in the game for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, is they literally are burnt out, they're not making any cash, and then they want to exit the profession. So they're not impacting any patients at all with all these skills that they've developed. They've been to thousands of conferences, they've done online workshops, they've read so many textbooks and literature reviews and studies. So they've got all the skills, but they can't bring the systems together. They can't funnel it into a process that is sustainable long term. And that can be just really frustrating for the practitioners. So, one of the biggest problems that we see is we take this paradigm from conventional medicine and we try and put it into conventional medicine. And that just doesn't work. And one of the big paradigms is that as a practitioner, you still think that you're paid for your time. You still think that you are paid for the work that you do when it comes to functional medicine. And if you stick with that paradigm, that is where you start to get things wrong. What you have to realize is in functional medicine, you should be paid for getting a solution. Because generally when it comes to chronic disease, conventional medicine has dropped the ball and there is no solution. So in functional medicine, taking somebody from chronic disease and moving them towards optimal wellness is the solution that people are looking for. And that is why functional medicine practitioners are so sought after. So it's really as simple as that. But that is the biggest problem. The biggest problem is we take this concept that we need to be paid for our time, we need to be paid for our services, and it's just been ingrained through the propaganda of the years into our brains that that's the way we need to operate. And we need to flip that paradigm around. And once you understand that as the bigger problem and there is a different way to start thinking about it, then you can start to bring the systems together with what we've seen works, and then it becomes so much easier. It's not about seeing 80 patients, 100, 200 patients a month, whatever crazy numbers people are doing nowadays. It's about seeing fewer patients and making sure that they sustainably get to a solution that is going to, they don't have to come and return to medicine to keep trying to get that Band-Aid. We've got to get a solution for people once and for all. And that is so fundamental, because then we can move on. So the practitioners that are committed and decisive to understanding that process and getting that job done, it really becomes so much easier when you understand what didn't work and what does work, and then start to say, okay, am I coachable in this new process so that we can get it right? And we fundamentally just use a simple system called the ACD system. And when you understand that attracting the right patients to you in functional medicine is critical, that's the A, and there's a process of going about that, that is part of that funnel of you creating that balance in life again. And we need to be attracting the right clients, because we can't be the generalist. We need to be finding which patients are committed to their goals, to their solutions. They're looking for a solution. They're not just looking for that quick, instant fix. And functional medicine is there to help them along that way, but not everybody is going to be willing to do that. And that is key. And that's where a lot of practitioners fall by the wayside, because they think they can just take on any patient coming along the way. They can fix any situation. And we need to be able to attract the right clients where you are the authority, you're the specialist, and you put that message out there, because that narrows your base down. Then we need to be able to, what we say, convert or select the right patients. That's the C part of the ACD system. And the ability to select the right patients is the key there, is that you're not going to waste their time and money. Because when you can find out who are those coachable, committed clients, your life is going to be so much easier than taking on anybody that's not committed, that's not decisive in moving forward to their goals, that is, again, just looking for those instant gratifications. Because functional medicine is hard. Let's be frank. Functional medicine is not something that any patient can come and say, okay, I'm going to be changing my nutrition, my lifestyle, my sleeping patterns, my stress, my relationships, my exercise. That is hard work. And that is why we need to be working with a select group that are willing to take on that course. And that is part of that ACD system that we talk about. And then you need to deliver the goods. And that is where most functional medicines fall apart, because they don't support their patients. They don't create accountability. There's no education. There's just, here's a personalized plan, follow it, see me in 3 months' time. We'll see how you're doing. And we can go from there. Most people will not achieve their goal. And that is why when we did that in our practice, 80% of the patients disappeared. We never saw them again. They came in, they started with their first supplements, they got the ball rolling, and then they fell off the wagon. And if you don't have a system in place to be able to create accountability and support, and have an educational system that is built around a specific group of patients that you're a specialist in, you're not going to get functional medicine right. That's as simple as it is. And I've got to be frank, because we see it time and time again. So getting functional medicine right is just something that you need to simplify down. We need to realize that there are systems that work when it comes to functional medicine, and patients love it when you can help them to that solution, rather than giving functional medicine a bad name, starting them off, and then they're going, well, I went to a functional medicine a few months ago or 3 years ago. They charged me a fortune and I'm no better. I did all these lab tests, I got all these supplements, and I'm no better. I'm the same. In fact, I'm worse. And that is because you don't have that whole system in place. We need to simplify it down. We need to just know that there's a paint by numbers program system to be able to put into place to support your passion to make your patients better. So if that makes some sense, I want to bring you just, and I want to, I'm known for just cutting to the chase and just telling it how it is and being frank. And that's the way it is. If you want to get results, we need to understand that getting functional medicine right and making sure that that balance of the impact in your community, your lifestyle, and getting the income that you really deserve is achievable, is attained, is something that you can do in the short term. It doesn't need to take you 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's something that is ready to fall in your lap when you are ready. to understand that there's a new way of thinking about this whole process, and you need help to do that as well. So if this intrigues you, just go to our website, have a look at our webinar. That's going to give you even more detail and simplify down the process even more, and start to understand the processes of what is needed to get functional medicine right, so that you can live that life of abundance with the lifestyle that you want, getting those impacts for your patients. As a health practitioner, our spirit is so to help our patients. Often it's just we are suffering in our own health, in our own finances, with our own family, because we have not prioritized and got it all right along the way. So go to our website, which is functionalmedicinefasttrack.com, or the shortened version is fm-ft.com, and listen to the webinar there. Just click the button that says learn how, and that's going to take you through those steps. If you've already listened to that and you want to book a call with our team and just get to know you and see if this is the right fit for you, you can go straight to booking a call with us, which is fm-ft.com/apply. And we'd be more than willing to spend some time with you, see where you're at, and see what is possible for you to move to the next steps of getting functional medicine right and changing your life. And there's nothing better than starting this decade off on the right foot. So we're looking forward to speaking to you. Otherwise, all the best for 2020, whatever direction you take. And again, my name is Garrick Fossley. This is Functional Medicine Fast Track. You guys be good, stay well, and keep healthy.